remember the A is between the second and third. You remember now that the D is in between the two blocks. Right. So these are all the same names. When I'm going up like this and playing the same notes, these are called octaves. Because it's the same note. So this is going up one octave. This is going up another octave. So I'll say this is D, this is the second octave. Third octave, fourth octave, fifth octave, sixth octave. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay. Same with the A. A. What's wrong with Socrates? A. He's going up. Same way it goes this way. If I'm saying K, I'm going down an octave. We did A, we did D, which is the third note that we were talking about? G. Do you remember where G is in relation to A? Any G.
Would this be G?
Yes. So that's good. There's A, then the musical alphabet just starts backwards. A, G, F, E, D, C, B, A. Same way if we went up, this is the A. Now if we wanted to find the G that's going up in pitch, meaning going right on the piano, we're going A, B, C, D, E, F, G, A, G, R, A, G. I'm glad you figured that out. Most people don't get that idea. Because most people never say the alphabet backwards. Right? A, G, F, E, D, C, B, A. Do you get that?
Yes.
Cool. Okay. If you look at bridges, right? This one of the strongest structures in a Roman style bridge is the arch, right? And the reason the arch it's so strong is because weight's being distributed equally and being dispersed equally this way, right? So you know the bridges where you see and it'll just be those arches. That's the exact same thing with the fingers. If that thing was flat like this, then it'll concave like this, like a bridge it would just concave. But because it has that arch, the way the weight's distributed, I don't know, it's pretty strong. Same exact thing. If you played the piano like this, which they used to do with the harpsichord, and they never used their thumb, but the thing is the harpsichord was really light in touch. So press on this, any of the keys. Okay. You go ahead and press on any of the keys, doesn't matter if the notes are anything like that. Okay. Versus here, press on my fingers like this. That's basically how a harpsichord felt. There was literally little to no resistance. Because these things, especially Steinways, these hammers are so heavy, it takes a lot of pressure to bring that down. So your finger that has to be put in an arch, so the distribution is going like this. Versus if you press like this could happen, this concave here.
So always like that.
So it's always with the tips of the fingers, like this. Yeah. Now the next thing is when you're playing on piano, don't think of it as pressing down. And this is a new habit I'm trying to develop. It's more of let me think. Okay. Here, really quick. Your left hand, right?
Right hand.
Oh, your right hand. Okay. So with your left hand, just press against my hand real quick. Okay. So you notice how there's tension building up over here. Okay. Versus if now push. Now there's literally little to no tension because there's nothing blocking that. The way the human body is functioned, the way the muscles function, is it's meant to follow through. It isn't meant to have resistance against it. So basically, when you play, you kind of want it to, your fingers they'll just kind of fall through like this. If you stop it, so try, just put any finger down on the piano, like with the tips of the finger. Now just press on it and press as hard as possible. Okay. Notice where the tension is, right? There's tension building up here, there's tension building up here. Because this muscle is contracting, this is expanding, but they're not going anywhere. The muscles are meant to always constantly moving. So if you go like this, then there'll be little to no tension. Right? Yeah. And always with the tips of the fingers, right? Okay. So the way the muscles function, it'll start from the spine, the bigger muscles, the back muscles, and work its way to here, to here, to here, to follow through. The very last thing to really go is the tips of the fingers. A lot of pianists think the pressure, the movement of the piano is starting from the tips of the fingers and working its way this way. It's actually going this way around. So kind of like what is that? Not the cart before the horse, but the tail wagging the dog versus the dog wagging the tail. That's that concept. It's the tail isn't going like this, and also the dog's moving. It's the dog right over here that's wagging the tail. So it's always going from the big muscles to the small muscle. The reason that's important is when you're playing big notes, like really heavy things like this, it's if you're thinking all the energy is coming from your fingers, you're going to develop a lot of tension because you're thinking in reverse, versus it coming from the spine and working its way, and like this, just this type of motion. Okay, so that's one concept. The big muscles to the smaller muscles to the fingers. Next concept. And it's so completely counterintuitive. When you're actually pressing down in your fingers, besides following through like with the fingers like this, you're also thinking of lifting at the same time. And you probably know this with being a ballerina, is you're going like this motion. When you're pressing down, you're actually thinking up. And this is something I'm learning, and I'm really trying to rid my habit of this. Because I do this all the time with drumming, but now I'm finally trying to put it onto the piano. So it's the idea of lifting. So if you're playing big chords, you're not really thinking of pressing down, you're thinking big muscle, this, and lifting at the same time. That's why you see concert pianists always like doing this. Sometimes you'll actually see pianists, when they're doing a big chord, they'll lift off their chair because their whole body is lifting. So the more they lift, the more energy is going down at the same time. So let's do each thing one note at a time. Okay. First note. Next note. Next note. Next note. Next note. Next note. Next note. Now what we're going to do is we're going to spell out each note, okay?
Okay.
Okay. First note is... What note is that? B. Okay, good. Next note is... Good. G. Next note is...
F sharp.
Perfecto. F sharp. Next note is... D. Now the next note is... What note is that?
That's F sharp.
Good. Now, next note. Play that D. Play that C sharp. Now play that. Okay. Let's go through the whole cycle again.
Okay.
One note at a time. First note. B. Next note. Good. G.
F sharp.
F sharp.
D.
D.
F sharp. Oh,
Yeah, good.
To D.
Good. Let's just do it one more time just for kicks.
So E, G, F sharp,
F sharp,
D,
D,
F sharp,
F sharp,
D,
D,
C sharp,
C sharp.
G.
Good. Again. And one last time just for kicks. Good. So cool. It's 11:15. So we're at an hour and a half.
Fun.
So I think we hit that hour
Yes,
mark.
thank you.
So.